See my voice lighting up. Can everyone hear me? Let me see. Just a second. All right, guys, getting things set up here. Okay. All right, can folks participate in chat? Hey, there we go. All right, come on down to AMA chat. Still no sound? Oh! Can anyone hear me on Discord? Hello, hello? I just tested my microphone. I just tested the settings on Discord. It's saying that I am speaking. Can anyone hear me in the Discord? Because I don't understand this. Hello, hello. All right, this happened 2 weeks ago as well, and I really don't know what the issue is. All of the settings are appropriate on my end. All right, can anyone hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know in chat. Hello, hello. I've got the... Yeah. All right. Well. All right, just a moment here. Voice activity. That shouldn't change anything. Got my audio device. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. All right, well, all right, well, we are gonna move forward with the AMA. I apologize once again about the Discord issue. Still trying to figure that out. Doesn't make sense to me because all of the settings are the same as they have always been, and I just checked the microphone that the input was working correctly before we started, but nonetheless, the show must go on. So we are streaming on through YouTube. So hello, hello, and we can communicate through there. So come on down, I suppose, to the YouTube live stream. You can also ask me in AMA chat here, and we can get things going through that. Okay, so boy oh boy, the volatility of the market does not fail to disappoint. This past week has been very up and down. A lot of emotions coming through the chats. I do want to apologize ahead of time as well. I am sick, unfortunately not feeling too well. So hopefully we get through things smoothly, but if I trip up on anything, I do apologize ahead of time. So a few things I would like to address right off the bat. If you were around earlier this week, you may have seen that Sim and our team identified a third-party plugin called Safary, which is basically a Web3 Google Analytics that had been briefly exploited. This JavaScript code was used by our sites and multiple other crypto projects' front ends, including Trader Joe. So we were able to thankfully take immediate action on that finding. The code has been removed, and we have secured our sites. And thankfully, to our knowledge, no Sphere ecosystem users were affected through our sites, which is very good, thankfully. And again, to be clear, all of Sphere sites are secure and safe to use. And it was actually very nice of the devs at Trader Joe to give credit to Sim for identifying the issue. I will link the X post in AMA archive for those interested in reading more into what has been uncovered about that issue. Or actually, let's do AMA board. There we go. No, we started. Yeah, we'll get to the AMA questions. No worry. No worries. All right. Prion received recognition via Polygon Daily as well. I wanted to mention for having the second highest percent TVL growth over the past 7 days, even higher than Ichi and Aura actually over the past 7 days. So that was pretty exciting. And this is not Prion's first time being in the top 10 TVL gainers. So I'll post a link to this as well if you're interested in exploring that post. So a couple things to take a look at. Let's wonder why that one didn't. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so we have seen a resurgence of users coming back into the chats, which has been really awesome to see. And I did. I did. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. Yeah. All right, but yes, so we've had a resurgence of users, and we've seen a couple of questions about where the compound button went on ylSPHERE, and I did want to address that again quickly. So the compound button relied on the API of 1inch to function properly. However, 1inch changed their API in a way that actually broke the compound button and made its re-implementation a bit complicated. So for that reason, the compound button on ylSPHERE was temporarily removed while we work on and prioritize other elements of the ecosystem. In the meantime, you are always able to claim your rewards at any time. Okay. Yeah, no. Oops. All those settings are correct. Yeah. Unfortunately. Oops. Too far. Correct. All right. Um, let's see what else. Please. Oh yes. Oh yes. So for the ylSPHERE rewards, please remember, and I have seen this in the chats as well, that you do need to claim your rewards first before you relock or withdraw any unlocked sphere. So if you are trying to unlock your sphere and it's giving you an error message, the reason is that you have to claim your sphere first. Also, if you're trying to lock your sphere and you're getting an error message, just try removing 3 decimals from the very end, and then the transaction should be able to go through with no issue. So 2 things on that. Oops. All right. I'll have to T1. I'll have to just troubleshoot this more after the AMA. Did I wash my hands? Yeah, that's probably why. All right. Our most recent community notes did address some questions about the current state of marketing and announcements, if you are interested. So basically, we are still working in the background to improve the efficiency of the ecosystem. A lot of housekeeping tasks that will make things go much smoother in the future. And when we are ready to release updates, please rest assured that we will have a marketing plan to maximize the momentum of those updates. Our poker tournament came back by popular request last Saturday and was a success, so thank you to everyone who got involved, and a big congratulations to the winners. Also, on that very same vine, we have our Sphere Advent Calendar starting next week, where each day there will be a chance to participate and earn Sphere token prize rewards. So be sure to be on the lookout for information on how to participate. And the first event is already on Discord, so be sure to join and don't miss out on the Advent Calendar fun. All right, yeah, audio's working on YouTube. This is very strange, and I do apologize. Keep trying, but it's above. It does not make sense to me. All right, I do want to start to address the AMA questions though. So Snowy had asked, what percent of Sphere is locked in Dyson, and with the market heating up, does that mean more rewards? So this actually can be viewed at any time using the Dune dashboard that has been built into, or has been built by the one and only legend Surma. And I'm going to absolutely post this as well on the AMA board because it is such an amazing thing to explore if you haven't already. So currently just under, or as I last checked a couple days ago, just under 30% of all Sphere tokens are locked in Dyson as ylSPHERE. Now this is 30% of the total supply, which includes the over 14% that has been sent to the dead wallet. But if you only take into account the circulating supply of Sphere, then around 34%, or 1/3 of Sphere, is locked in Dyson as ylSPHERE. So it's a pretty significant amount. Again, I'll included that link to Surma's Dune dashboard in the AMA board. So please go ahead and check that out. I highly encourage you to explore it because it has some really interesting analytics to review, especially if you're interested in that sort of thing. So for example, within that Dune dashboard, it shows that there's been around 700,000 wmatic that has already been distributed as rewards to ylSPHERians. Now, as to your second question, I'm going to bundle in a response to your question and also ylSPHERE's question with Kurosaki's, and then spend some time on this because we have seen a lot of questions about it recently in the chats, which is good. All right, Crypto RY and Oxy heading to bed. I understand. I know it's late for some people. Take care. Have a good night. All right. So what does this mean for vAPR rewards? Kurosaki, why is the vAPR significantly reduced? Ever since the announcement, the APR and rewards have reduced. Keep reducing. vAPR is in 15% range. Is this temporary? The market volume has greatly improved as well. Need more clarity. And ylSPHERE, I'll double down on this question. Our last epoch ylSPHERE pool is filled with less matic in terms of token amount, but more in terms of dollar amount. How and what determines how much the pool is filled by? So first, we do need to break down what affects the vAPR of ylSPHERE. And I made a video about this a while ago, so I encourage you to watch it if you haven't already, about what affects the vAPR of ylSPHERE. But in a nutshell, the price fluctuations of WMATIC, Sphere, and Vault TVL have affected and will continue to affect the vAPR. So as the price of WMATIC rises, this can increase the vAPR as well as the realized APR when you actually go to claim your rewards. Because if you receive $10 of WMATIC and the price of WMATIC increases, then naturally what you claim will be higher in value as well. So there's a distinction there between the vAPR and the actual realized vAPR. However, when WMATIC increases in price, that also typically means that the price of Sphere will increase because Sphere is in a liquidity pool 80/20 with WMATIC, and an increase in the price of Sphere will decrease the vAPR. Even so, the relative value of what you are receiving will be the same. So for example, if you have $100 of Sphere at 15% APR, then that's $15 per year. But if the price of Sphere increases, and your amount goes to $150, then the APR decreases to 10%. That is still $15 per year. So the relative value is the same. It's just that the parameters that determine that value have shifted. So there's a lot that can go into it, basically. But as more Sphere is added to the Dyson locker as well, this will also decrease the vAPR, which makes sense, right? Because the more people in the pool with the same amount of rewards being distributed means less going to each individual person. And then finally, I did want to talk about this. As exciting as the past month has been in the crypto markets, and as appreciative as we are of your enthusiasm, we do have to remember that this is not yet the bull run. Prices seem to be stabilizing and working their way to the upside, so we are cautiously optimistic. But as you've seen the past week, things are still very volatile and rather uncertain. So we are just not there yet in terms of really ramping up everything within the ecosystem. As painful as it may seem, we are still building out what we need to build in order to get our flywheel in place with Dyson, with Prion, with Prion's second phase, with Sphere Lend, etc. So the bull run is no doubt on its way in time, but the FOMO, the fear of missing out, is so tangible in the chats nowadays. I've been seeing it left and right, but we've said it before and we will say it again, that we do not act on these emotions. We still have to take as many factors as possible into consideration before we make decisions. And while the market is consolidating, and although it seems at the beginning of a new upward journey, we are still taking advantage of that time to position ourselves to the best of our ability in the long-term interest of Sphere. So it's a very long-winded response to these three different questions, from these three different people, which are very good questions and very reasonable to be curious about it. But there's a lot more that goes into it than simply, the prices of crypto seem to be going up. So why isn't everything, following with that? It does become much more complicated. Man, I know this is not easy for you guys, being having the audio only being on YouTube. It's even more difficult for me because I don't get any feedback, right? Because there's a delay into YouTube, and then people don't know if they need to be on YouTube or Discord. So I really got to figure out what is going on with the Discord, but it is what it is. And like I said, we got to move forward. So, all right. The next question, apparently highly anticipated, from T1. What's been happening with the marketing team, and are we still working together with them? And what marketing work have they done so far that can be clearly seen? I see the green ring. Right, exactly. Exactly. Rejoin voice chat. Yeah. We'll keep working on it. I don't like it. It's unprofessional. It really bums me out, but I can't really do much right now. All right. So yes, getting to T1's question about marketing. So we want to do a community note on the marketing changes soon. So I am going to hold off on responding directly to this question for now until that community note is published. Beyond that, what I can say is that there are multiple marketing elements being tested and explored. For example, X posts, long form X content, dbank, Zeely, just to name a few. And I talked about these all last AMA. So if you want to kind of review that, you are, of course, welcome to do so. I also talked about ad campaigns last AMA. And simply put, ads are not a cost-effective marketing strategy at this time. That may change in the future, of course, as we enter into more of a bull run, but it's just not the case right now. So as more elements of the ecosystem are in place and we have more of a foundation and product to actually market, you can definitely anticipate a greater push in visible marketing. But in the meantime, there is a lot of communication that happens behind the scenes with other projects to explore and establish collaborations, especially when it comes to Prion. So that's about all I want to say in terms of responding to this question right now, especially with a community note being worked on to address it. But hopefully, at least in general, I could start to answer some of the questions with respect to that. We can try to have Pandu join. That's pretty much everything I had to cover, honestly, for this AMA. Things went by pretty quickly, mainly because of the audio issues and me not having the ability to. Okay. Uh, okay. I actually can't hear. Makes no sense. Does that help at all? Hello, hello? Really? Of course. At the end. Really? Amazing. Well, you know what, T1? I give the medal to you because you were the one who found out what was happening. Hi, DeFi Sponge. So basically, I went through the entire AMA on YouTube. So it is live and recorded there, but I don't understand what happened with Discord and my audio. We've been trying to troubleshoot it this whole time, and T1 finally figured it out. Apparently, I still don't get what happened because nothing has changed except that I left the stage chat and rejoined, and somehow that was enough for you guys to hear me. Yeah, it must have just been a glitched out. So thank you Discord for that, but at the very least, again, thanks to T1's help, follow in subsequent AMAs, this should not be an issue. Okay, yes. I'm so sorry. It's so unprofessional, and I apologize greatly. But at the very least, all the information is recorded on YouTube. Um, and to be fair as well, if you feel like there's anything that I didn't answer to satisfactory degree, then you can always re-ask the question. Yeah, and I saw your. I'm going back T1. If you can send, is the marketing team we partnered with done so far? Yes. So again, for that specifically, we will wait for the community notes. What what a great AMA, guys. I'm so good at my job. It was amazing. Let's just attribute it to me being sick this week. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when Moon when Price Time can figure out Discord, that's when Moon, so you're gonna have to give it a few years. Ugh. Well, I tell you what, it's really great to have the ability to get the interaction from you guys again, because it's very weird just talking into a mic without the feedback. What a bumpy ride. Discord quality of the audio is much better than YouTube. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe I just need a whole new computer. maybe maybe I just need to up and reset everything. Is there a way to get rid of the YouTube delay? No. So, there's not a great way to get rid of the delay. Yeah. First it was Ledger, now the computer. Yeah. Well, I think the Ledger was a computer issue, Pandu, so I think my computer's starting to get there. I built it quite a few years ago at this point, so it's reaching the end. Had to make up for it, yeah. So yeah, there are there are settings about the delay, but when I had bumped up the settings, that had caused additional issues for people. So I had to bump down the settings. So now we have the delay. In general, it hasn't, since doing that, it hasn't seemed to have been an issue. Obviously, when you can't hear me on Discord, it causes an issue because of the delay. But yeah, what a headache. I apologize, guys. Yeah. Eventually, I do need to build a new computer. This one's been with I built, like I said, I built this one quite a few years ago, but um, I just can't do that right now, so we'll have to make do. Factory reset. Hmm. Yeah, the prices of the graphics cards are crazy. That's why I just kind of keep waiting, because you can get such good graphics cards nowadays with just how quickly things progress and new cards come out. Yeah, the chip scarcity, and also miners. Ryzen 3. Mine's a Ryzen 3. I still got a Ryzen 3. Or maybe it's a 5. I don't even remember at this point. I think it's a Ryzen 5. All right, well, I want to say we've derailed, but I feel like we never even got on the rails to begin with. It's this has been uh another question anyway. Okay, yes, let's be serious. Okay. Any updates on vSphere? If not, any timeline when it will be worked on? I know it's hard to give those, but just asking if you know about. I don't know if you have answered this. I'm pretty much sure you must have by now, uh, but I am not that active from quite a while, so just asking. Yeah, good question. I don't really have many updates on vSphere except that the initial because Sim had posted basically a teaser about vSphere a long time ago, um, and it was basically jumping the gun too early because there were some issues with the way that it was working, so it had to be reworked. And then we're kind of still in that process of reworking it, and that also has to be juggled with working on Prion. And um, yes, that's about as much as I can push on that. CryptoFat's also working on a community note for vSphere. He may be. I actually don't know for certain, but if he mentioned that, then I'm sure he is. But T1 and Pandu, we should start a Sphere off-topic chat about building new computers because I definitely need to get back in that. We should. All right. Well, we can all just agree that this was probably one of my worst AMAs. Thank you guys for sticking through it, question mark. I appreciate it. Once again, the recording will be available on YouTube. If questions come up, or you feel like you want me to answer questions again next time, I'm okay with that. I definitely understand. So we can readdress things in 2 weeks. But yeah, thanks guys for being here. I do appreciate it. I knew this one would be tough because I'm sick, but didn't expect it to be this tough. Building PCs over 20? Dang. That is impressive. I'm getting yeah, minor nerd, right? I'm definitely getting close. This PC has done really well for me. I've been very pleased with this build. So, and it was my first build, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Pat myself on the back. All right, we'll have to close off for now, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I do really appreciate it. Thank you again, T1, for helping figure out the Discord glitch to actually get people to hear me on Discord. And yeah, we will touch base again in 2 weeks. Here's your reminder to go through the voting and check in on your ylSPHERE locks as the epoch switches. And for those who are in the United States, I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your night. Take care, fam. Always remember you matter for who you are. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.